Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching the BibleFlix. Today we're reading a book from Grollier Books, Barbie, Girl's Best Friend, narrated by Azucena Barberas. Chapter 1. Hurry, Stacy, the bus is coming. Stacy dashed down from the steps of her school to meet her new friend Kathy. Sorry, she panted as they got on the school bus together. I couldn't get my locker closed. The two girls giggled. Everyone knew that Stacy's locker was a mess. I don't know how you can find anything in there, Kathy teased. I know, Stacy grinned, but it's a great place to lose stuff. My grandmother always says, a neat house is a clear mind, Kathy said with a laugh. Stacy smiled. Kathy had just moved to town. Today, Stacy was going to meet her friend's family for the first time. My grandmother's pretty amazing, Kathy boasted. She's always busy swimming, reading, or sewing. She even rides horses. Stacy was puzzled. What was so special about that? Lots of grandmothers did those things, but before she could say anything, the bus slowed to a stop. Bye, Stacy, Kathy called as she waved to the driver. The school bus left from outside a pretty white house with flowers all around it. What a nice garden, Stacy said as she bent down to sniff a rose. Thanks to Grandma, Kathy said. She planted all these flowers herself, and she can identify every flower by its scent. Stacy wrinkled her brow. That's great, Kath, she said, still confused. It was easy for anyone to see exactly what every flower was. Just then, Kathy's mother opened the front door to greet them. Hi, girls, she said cheerfully. Kathy introduced Stacy to her as they went inside. Nice to meet you, Stacy, Kathy's mom said. Grandma just baked some cookies. Get them while they're hot. The house was neat as a pin inside. Kathy and Stacy sat at the kitchen table and ate their snacks. When do I get to meet your grandmother? Stacy finally asked. Come on, Kathy. Pulling Stacy by the hand, she led her down the hall. It's me, Gram, Kathy called as she opened the door. The room is very dark inside, but Stacy noticed a tiny woman getting up from her chair. I didn't realize you were home, the woman said as Kathy gave her a kiss. I was reading a very good book and lost track of the time. Stacy was confused. There was hardly any light in the room. How could Kathy's grandmother have been reading? I'd like you to meet my friend Stacy, Kathy said. She walked over to the windows. As the shades went up, the little bedroom flooded with sunshine. Stacy squinted and turned to meet the elderly woman. I always forget to turn on the lights, the woman said. She gave Stacy a hand squeeze. It drives my family crazy. Suddenly, Stacy understood everything. Kathy's grandmother was blind. Nice to meet you, Stacy said. I've heard a lot about you. Kathy beamed. You haven't heard anything yet. Tell Stacy about your next project. I'm going to take some courses at the college in town, Kathy's grandmother began. No, Kathy said impatiently. Tell Stacy the best part. I'm getting to it, Gram said. When I decided to go to school, I knew I couldn't expect everyone to drop everything just to bring me back and forth. So she got a guide dog. Kathy cried. Grams, let's him outside for a while every day so that he can run and play. With that, Kathy led Stacy out to the garden to meet Sherlock. A dog? Stacy cried. Oh, you're so lucky. I wish I had a dog. Gram followed them outside and shook her head. My dog has his share of fun, she said, but Sherlock is a working dog. He's my eyes everywhere I go. He has a very important job. He's so cute. He must have been an adorable puppy. I love puppies, Stacy shouted. Actually, Stacy, Kathy said gently. By the time he came to live with us, he was no longer a puppy. You sure trimmed him well, said Stacy as she told Sherlock to sit and roll over. Well, actually, I wasn't the one, Graham replied. It takes a special person and a lot of time to train a puppy to be a guide dog. What do you mean? Stacy asked. Volunteers raise the puppies in their homes. Kathy's grandmother answered. They teach them basic commands like sit and come, but the most important thing they do is care for them. They play with them and make sure they are happy, well-behaved dogs. Then the dogs go back to the guide dog school for more intensive training, Graham said. And once they pass all the tests, each is matched with a blind person. Then they become a team, Kathy added, like Sherlock and Graham. Wow, Stacy said. How wonderful. What smart dogs they must be. They are, Graham agreed. But it's the people who work with them that make it truly possible. Later, Kathy and Stacy started their homework, but Stacy's mind was racing. I wish I could raise one of those puppies, Stacy said. You could, Kathy asked. My mom has all the information. She'll tell you who to call. Stacy grinned from ear to ear. She couldn't wait to tell Barbie of her hope to train a guide dog puppy of her very own. That's it for now. Tune in next time and don't forget to like and subscribe.